Okay. Well, okay, let's get started. Let's read it. But if you find it hard, I can read it for you. So it's your choice.
Okay.
Wow. Can you read it?
Oh, like I need to read it out loud.
Of course, because I'm gonna,
Oh,
we're gonna talk. Yeah. Okay, of course. If you can. If it's hard, I can read it for you.
Molucca, the biggest of the, I don't know how to say that. So,
Okay, let me help you. So because yeah, you're right. There are some word places. Of course, you don't need to know these places. So let me help you. Majorca, the biggest of the Balearic Islands, is situated in the Mediterranean Sea, some 300 kilometers from the Valencian coast of Spain, and is an exciting mix of urban energy, rural adventure, and coastal calm. So, urban, rural, and coastal. Although it isn't popular with the Spanish as a tourist destination, it annually welcomes people from all over Europe, particularly from the United Kingdom, France, and Germany, who may head for Alcudia Beach or go hiking in the tremendous mountain range that runs from the northeast to the southwest of the island. The busy capital city, Palma de Mallorca, contrasts entirely with the traditional rural towns and villages in the heart of the island, such as Algida or Binissalem. When you see this text, wow, how many words, but they are not important at all. They are only the name of some places. We're going to talk about something else. Look, the Mediterranean, the Balearic Islands, the Valencian coast, Spain, no, and all over Europe. We don't say the Europe. So the Tramontanus, the Southwest, okay, Algeda, Binisalem. So as you can see, for some places we use there, but for the other we don't. Do you know why? When we use article there and when we don't,
um,
we can guess, for example.
just say some Pacifics play or something.
Yes, of course, it can be right, great, so it can be specific place. But let's learn some rules about the use of this article. First of all, let's talk about maybe the situation, the condition that we don't use. No article. So when? Let me write on the board. And from now, whenever you want to write an essay, you need to follow these rules. Okay, so let me put this here and erase the contents from the board. Okay, now I have to. Okay, so the first one, no article. So we don't need to use that. When we talk about individual islands, so for example, look here, let me, okay, make it, okay. Mallorca, this is single individual island, so we don't say that. So we say for individual islands, we don't use the, like Mallorca. So this is the first one. And as you know, as you said, specific names like names of countries, names of most, not all of them, because you know for United Countries we say countries like Spain, France, Germany, China, okay? So we don't say the Vietnam, but for United countries like the US or for example, UK, we say the US.
Yeah.
And the next one, okay, names of beaches. Look, we have Alcudia Beach. So names of beaches. Alcudia Beach, no article. We don't say that. And
Okay.
after that, names of cities or towns or, for example, regions. Okay, like Palma de Mallorca, towns. Okay, so the name of towns, cities, and regions. Binisalem, Algeda. So they are the places, areas, regions that we don't use that. So this is about the first part. Okay, let me put no article. And these rules applies all the time. So anytime that you want to talk about. Okay. And another one, let's see if there is another thing. Okay. For example, we have, let me check if we have mountain here. Mountain. Can you see the name of a mountain? Yeah. Okay. Europe, the United. Okay, so I can see. But let me say something about mountains because we have this word. Okay.
Okay.
For names of mountains, for example, we say Mount Everest, the Everest, no. Mount, for example, Mount Blanc. So just, okay. So
Okay.
names of, yeah. So we don't use the for, let me write, names of mountains. Like, for example, Mount Everest, like Mount Everest. Then, but when we use the, use for the, so when. If we have, look, individual islands, no, but if we have group, you know, groups of islands. So, for example, the Balearic Islands, a group of islands. So we use that. It's something like United Countries. So groups of islands, like the Balearic Islands. Or, as I told you, for names of beaches, we don't say that. But if we have coastal area, so coastal area, we use that. Like the Valencian coast, because this is a coastal area. So we use that. And another one for oceans and seas, the Mediterranean Sea. Or, for example, let me write the Persian Gulf, for example. So, for oceans and seas, as you can see here, the Mediterranean seas, okay? And for nationalities, okay, like the Spanish, the German, the Chinese, okay? So for countries we don't, but for nationalities we use. And as I told you, for United countries, like the US and like the UK, we use the, okay? So, and about mountain, if you want to say the name of mountain, Mount Everest, you don't say that. But if you want to talk about the range of mountains, so you can say mountain ranges. Look, if I can show you, if I can find it. Okay, here. Go hiking in Trementinus. The Trementinus is actually a range of mountain, a place, something like area. Okay, so we use there. If you want to say the specific name, you don't. Okay. Well, for lakes, usually we don't use article for lake. You know, just we begin with the word lake. For example, lake, I don't know, Windermere. So lake, for example, X, lake, for example, Y, okay? So if you want to say the name of lake, you don't need to put any article, just the name, okay? And for rivers, okay? For example, we can use definite article before the name of river. For example, you can capitalize the word river, okay? For example, the river, I don't know, Y. The river, for example, X, okay? So you can use the for rivers. And you can follow by name. Okay, so this is the rule that you need to know about the use of the and, of course, not to use it. Do you have any questions?
No.
Good. So it's clear. Okay, well, and now, matching heading. Wow. So, in IELTS test, Alex, you need to know the rules. The first rule, let me erase this one. Okay, the first rule. Normally, for short answers, sentence completions, these type of questions, or for example, multiple choice questions, normally the answers are in order. 1, 2, 3. So you normally find the answer. For example, let me show you something. If I can find the answer of, for example, number 1, question number 1 here, definitely the next question, the next answer is after it. But in matching heading, we don't have this rule. The answers are not in order. It means, for example, this is my text.
Okay.
Okay. First paragraph, second paragraph, third paragraph. Now, I can find, for example, my first answer in third paragraph. Maybe the second answer, okay, is in the first paragraph. So they are disorder, not one by one in order, about matching heading. But about the other type of questions, like for example, yes, no question, multiple choice question, okay, they are in order. For example, if the answer of question 1 is in paragraph 2, definitely the second one is after that, okay? Sometimes we can find some answers in one paragraph, maybe more than one answer in one paragraph. Sometimes we can't find any answers in one paragraph, okay? Well, now we have a matching heading, and we're gonna read this part. Read the first sentence of a paragraph about the city of Aurora, India. It's the topic sentence. Topic sentence, a sentence that carries the most important information in the text. Which of 3 options seems to be most likely heading? Heading, title, something general. That just don't forget, we don't look for details in heading. Just general topic, something main idea of the text. What is the text about? Okay. Let's read this one. And may I ask you to read this?
In today's world of conflict, greed, and constant struggle for power, Auroville, aka the City of Dawn, claims its website that it was planned and built to create the ultimate model of unity, peace, and harmony that can be protected across the all humanity.
All humanity. Humanity. Human means people. We are human. And humanity, something related to human. Okay, so humanity, something related to human, but related to people. We are human. Okay, so in today's world of conflict, now I want to explain the meaning of paraphrasing. As I told you, conflict, today's word, greed, constant, power. Our will is anchor. So, because I can't change it, I circle it. I don't need to find a synonym for it. Okay, so, and, planned, built, ultimate, final model of unity, peace and harmony that can be projected. Okay, so I underline important words. Now, look, I have three options here. The reason why attempts to create the perfect city always fail, an urban ideal design for an imperfect world, a conflict between reality and imagination. So tell me, which one can be the best heading for this text? And let me help you. Don't forget about use the synonyms and the keywords. So first of all, perfect, fail, ideal, urban, imperfect, conflict, reality, imitation. So tell me which one you think is the best.
Wait. I think it's B.
You're
guess.
right. Definitely right, you know. So you think B. Okay, but why? Of course. About A, always fail. Do we have anything about this one in the text?
No.
Nothing, so it's removed. And the second one, so first of all, let's talk about the third one, a conflict between reality and imitation. Okay, so the sentence is talking about peace and harmony, calmness, harmony. So here we have conflict. Conflict means construct. So it's something like this contrast is actually, it's not related to peace and harmony. So that sentence is talking about creating peace, harmony, calmness, unity. But here we have a conflict, okay, between reality and imitation. So conflict make contrast. So it's not. And here, an urban ideal design for an imperfect world. Let's find the words that can help us. First of all, we can say, for example, design. Design, design, design. Which words, can you tell me, which words can be the synonym for design?
Built.
Very good. Planned and built. Very good. So we could find the first one. Okay. And another word, imperfect word. Imperfect words. So what words? What maybe sentence, what phrase can help you? Can be the synonym or definition for imperfect, not perfect.
ultimate or something. I don't know.
Ultimate mean final. Ultimate mean final, but here, in today's word of conflict, let me write. Word of conflict. Okay, conflict means struggles. Okay, it means imperfect word. Okay, so this one, imperfect word, that is actually the synonym of word of conflict. Okay, so when we say conflict, do you know the meaning of conflict? Can you guess the meaning of conflict? It means struggle, you know. For example, serious disagreements, disagreements when you don't agree, disagreement. So it means conflict. Okay, so here, today's word of conflict, agree, disagree, agree, disagree. It means this word is not a perfect. So this one and another. So do you have any other word that help you? Greed and contrast, actually constant contrast. Okay, greed, struggles. So all them make the sentence as a paraphrase for imperfect word. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we could guess. Let's read the full paragraph in order to check our answers if we're right or no. Okay, let's read.
Oh. Say. Okay.
Okay, so what do you think now? Just I'm writing the meaning of, a few words here for you. So greed, it's a selfish desire, okay, for more of something. A selfish desire for more of something. For example, I want more of this, more and more. This is my greed, more food. I'm greedy. When I want to eat a lot, more and more, it means I'm greedy. So a selfish desire for more. As you can see, so here, we read the paragraph. Just there is a point here, Alex, that you need to pay attention. And normally, in most of the cases, you can find your heading at the beginning or the end of paragraph. So for example, some students tell me, teacher, we don't have enough time to read the whole paragraphs and then decide whether this heading is okay or no. So I say that, first of all, you need to skim the text. I will talk about it now, just now. Skim and scan. And what is skimming, what is scanning? So when you skim the text, it's something like, okay, I'm reading a book, just don't pay attention to the details. Just maybe something that's really important. Have a look at it. And for scanning, you need to pay careful attention. Find keywords, underline, anchor words, every detail. And here, when you have a paragraph, first of all, Alex, for example, this is your paragraph here. this is your paragraph and you want to find the best heading, matching heading. First of all, read the beginning and the end of paragraph. So if you can find something, okay, this can be the answer. This can be the answer. Now let me read, if you're sure. So if you want to find, don't waste your time. Just the beginning of paragraph, maybe 1 or 2 lines, 1 or 2 lines from the end of paragraph, and you definitely can find your heading, the main idea at the beginning or the end of paragraph. Get it?
Okay.
Okay, very good. And now I just wrote the meaning of 2 words here. Just let me check if there is another word that you need to know. Okay. Instance. Okay. So, and here, constant. Do you know the meaning of this word constant?
No.
Regular. Something for forever. Something unchanging. Unchanging. Let me write. Constant means unchanging. Something that is not changed. You know, for example, constant behavior, all the time the same. Constant fights, all the time fights. Struggles, conflicts, all the time struggles. Okay, so this means constant, forever, regular. Okay. And now let's keep going. Okay. Is there any word that you don't know the meaning and you're gonna ask me?
No.
Okay, no, very good. So, and now let's read another text about Longyearbyen, Norway. Holds the record for being the furthest north city in the world, boasting the world's most northerly school, airport, and university. Okay, now again, guess.
Um. C.
See, you think, and tell me why.
Oh, the first one is unwelcome place to die.
Mm-hmm. An
Match the.
unusual approach. Yeah, can be. You can guess this one. Okay, but now we need to read it. Okay, we can say an unwelcome place to die. No. A city at the top of the world. Maybe. An unusual approach to regulation. So let's read the text. Okay, this is the text. So let's read it together. Just don't pay attention to the name of places, Longyearbyen, Spitsbergen, Svalbard. You don't need to pay attention to the actually meaning of the words here because they're anchors, name of places. May I ask you 1 minute while we're willing this 1 minute to do something? Sorry.
Okay.
Well, okay, now tell me now if you're sure about your answer or not. You said C, okay, and do you think it's right?
No.
But I think you're right. But why? Let's read. First of all, an unusual, at the first actually side, we say, okay, B is the answer. We say, okay, a city at the top of the word, this can be the answer. But I think you're right. Unusual approach, way to regulation, rules, some unusual rules. Okay, let's read. This text, it's about, of course, this place, this city actually holds the record for being the furthest, very far north city in the world, boasting the world's most northerly schools, airport, and university. But what really sets it apart is that it can also lay claim to some of the world's stranger rules. Strangest rules, the beginning of the paragraph. Now let's read. Okay, I think this answer can be C. Unusual. Regulation means rule. So, rule. Okay. Now let's read. In Longyearbyen, for example, it's been forbidden to die. Oh, Alex, people are not allowed to die in this city. And why? In which scientists discovered that bodies simply cannot decompose. Decompose there, it means to absorb by the nature. For example, when you know that when a person is actually died, the body after maybe a short time or a long time, absorbed by the nature. But here, because everywhere is icy, it's something like a freezer, so the body is still and remains, exactly at the same as the first day. So it's forbidden. They are not allowed to die. If they want to die, they need to leave, go to another city and then die there. And the cold is too extreme, too severe, very hard. To this day, anyone found ill or dying is not given the chance to pass away, and is immediately taken by airplane or ship to another part of Norway so that they can die and bury it. Okay, bury means put a dead body under the ground. Bury, put the dead body under the ground. But it doesn't end there. Aside from prohibiting death, forbidden death, there are more particular rules and freedoms in Longyearbyen. Residents are permitted to openly walk the street with high-powered guns. So you're allowed to have guns. There are 3,000 polar bears living locally. Oh, so because of birds. At the same time, no one is allowed to own any cats. Oh, which are forbidden because they are a danger to the bird population. Oh, it's interesting. So there are some strange rules here. Now you tell me, what do you think? Which one is the best heading?
C.
Of course, yes. Of course, yes. And that's really easy. Okay, so okay, and tell me, what do you think about this paragraph? So this place, it's really interesting to live. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Of course,
But
especially,
strange.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a strange place, I think so.
Of course, it's really strange. For example, you're not allowed to have cat, but you're allowed to have gone. So just interesting, very interesting. And for example, if someone is dying, okay, go out. You're not allowed to die here. No, it's forbidden. It's interesting. Well, and the last paragraph, this one, the last one. Let's read another one to find the topic sentence. May I ask you to read, please?
Okay. Despite the fact the town of Marlock Park is close to the Kruger National Park, one of the largest game reserve in Africa, and despite the constant threat of visits from the wild animals such as lions and hippopotamus.
Okay. Yeah, hippopotamus. Hippo. We say hippo. Very large animals. You know hippos.
Yeah,
Yeah, hippopotamus, but we don't say hippopotamus, just hippo. Hippo is okay. But hippopotamus, hippo. Yeah.
yeah. Its
Anxious.
anxious residents are not allowed to build fence around their house to keep out their neighbors.
Well, okay. Now, an unusual, okay, so here, so tell me, okay, the line with occasional dangers of the wild, dealing and were humans and animals cautiously, averely, they are aver, coexist, exist together, live together. So which one? An unusual approach to regulation, dealing with the occasional dangers of the wild, or were humans and animals cautiously, they are aver, cautious, they know everything, they are aver and they live together, coexist. Which one?
See,
You say she, yeah, I do agree with you. And now, look here. We have three underlined phrases, and we're going to know, okay, which one. So we're going to find the paraphrase, okay, the phrases that correspond to underlined words in heading A to C. And usual approach to regulation. Regulation, what sentence you think do we
um,
have? Just we can read
anxious.
this one. Yeah, say.
I think it's anxious. Residents are not allowed to build fences.
Good job. Excellent. Very good. And dealing with the occasional dangers of the wild. Dangers of the wild.
Um, the constant threat of visit from wild animals.
Great. Very good. Humans and animals cautiously coexist. Human and animals.
Um, the town of Marlow Park is close to the Kruger National Park.
I think, for example, lions, hippos, you know, and anxious, worried residents, people who live in an area are residents. And
Okay.
anxious means worried. So animals, lion, and some wild animals, hippopotamus, and anxious, worried residents, worried people. So it's something like, and coexist, neighbors. So their neighbors, keep out their neighbors. So which means they exist, they live together. Okay,
Yeah.
we need to skip this part next session because we have no more time to talk about, but next session we'll talk about it again. Okay, Alex, tell me, how do you find this book? Is it okay for you? Do you like it? It's okay. Do you find it difficult? Tell me.
I think it's okay.
It's okay, very good. Okay, so we're gonna start this book from next session again, and just don't forget about the starting. So every unit, not now, every unit has an exam skills at the end, so that
Yeah.
you can test yourself, and you will send me your answers, and I will score you every session. But not now because we're gonna finish the reading section, and after that just something that I want you to study, the parts that we actually study together, we'll learn together. And anytime, whenever you have any questions, you can ask me on Skype, okay?
Okay.
Okay, dear Alex, that was really good time with you, and thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you, and have a great time. See you.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.